He said, yes, it is, Sammy. Have a guess how old he is, Bobby?
I don't know.
How old would you reckon Bobby is?
Well, what, he was the coach in 63?
80, eh?
Well, been around, I don't know. How long?
69 today, Bobby. So, Margaret and he's 69.
Really?
Yeah, he's really. He and Margaret will be stumped up watching the television, so...
He'll be in makeup getting ready for his show.
Yeah, oh, he will be too, yeah. Margaret went into a stationery store in Geelong. That's not one that stopped, that's a one that sells pens,
shop,
and said, I want... is it ER or AR stationery, Spider? Exactly. We had a 50-50 chance of being right, and he was wrong.
He's wrong.
And Margaret said, I want a pen, and the bloke said, is this a surprise? She said, my word, it is, he thinks he's getting a set of golf clubs. And so Bobby's 69 today, so...
Happy birthday to Bobby Davis. Good on you, Bobby. The last coach of a Geelong Premiership side will be back with more. We're going to Footscray next to the Western Bulldogs. Apologies to Geelong fans last week for skimming through your side, but we're going to square off with the Western Bulldogs right after the break.
This weekend's round of football kicks off 7 o'clock Friday, live from the SCG when Sydney battles Richmond. Then 4:30 Saturday, a replay of the game between the Western Bulldogs and Port Power. On Sunday at 2:40 live from Football Park, the Adelaide Crows takes on North Melbourne. A big weekend of football here on Channel 8.
The half-year clearance is on. 4 dealers are squeezing prices on all stock before the end of the financial year. Festiva from 13,888 drive away, no more to pay. And Laser with free air from only $19,990. Plus massive savings on Falcon, Mondeo, Taurus and Explorer. All with a 3-year, 100,000-kilometre bumper-to-bumper warranty. And every used car must clear by June 30. The half-year clearance on now. Only at your Ford dealer.
It's the end of the financial year, so don't miss out on Tank World's massive June sale. We've slashed 10% off the entire range of rainwater storage tanks. This 10,000-gallon tank slashed by $369. This 5,600-gallon tank slashed by $199. It won't buy for less. This 2,200-gallon tank now $1,071. There's huge savings in the whole range, plus free delivery. Remember, June only, 10% off at Tank World. Buy now and save. For a limited time only, whenever you buy tyres, wheels or batteries at Bob Jane T-Mart's Mount Gambier, you'll pay nothing at all for the next 6 months. That's right, no deposit, no interest and no charges for 6 whole months. So if you want tyres now but don't want to spend a cent for 6 months, it's...
another job for Bob.
See me, Gary Hill, at Bob Jane T-Mart's Mount Gambier.
West End takes the field with more than 10,000 South Australian footballers. So win, lose or draw, one thing will always be certain. The future of our favourite game is in good hands.
Those Western Bulldogs winning all the time. Those Western Bulldogs, bodies on the line. Well, Danny Southern's very ugly. He ain't no friend of mine.
They are. Well done, Elvis, and they are certainly woofing out in the western suburbs at the moment. On top of the ladder, the Bulldogs, who would have thought at the start of the year, but at the turning point of the season, they are numero uno on their own, on top of the AFL ladder. Let's go out and join 2 of their stars at the moment. We're going out all the way to Werribee. Ah, yes. There's a little bit of us all in Werribee, isn't there, Sam? But let's go to Rohan Smith and Brad Johnson. And Rohan and Brad, And first off, Rohan, to you, it was a very emotional win last week for the Bulldogs for you because your father, Keith, had a very serious heart attack just before the game, leading up to the game, and you dedicated that win to your father, and the good news is that Keith is coming along nicely now.
Yeah, Dad is actually back at home. Nice and relaxed in front of the TV, I'm sure, now watching the footy show, mate.
Oh, that's the way. Good on you, Keith, and you should be very proud of your son at the moment, picked for the Victorian State of Origin squad, and the Bulldogs on top of the ladder. It's almost a dream come true at the moment. That's the question, Ron.
Oh. Sorry, Ed, I was just staring down the camera. I got a bit stage fright there. Nah.
No, but things are going beautifully at the moment.
Yeah, everything's going really well, but we're keeping both feet planted firmly on the ground. We're not getting too carried away. You know, it's good that we're on top of the ladder.
Taking week by week and
yeah, but there's another half a season to go, mate.
Very much so.
What has Terry Wallace introduced into the Western Bulldogs that previous people couldn't?
I don't know, Sam. We trained really hard. We trained really hard during the pre-season. We're pretty fit at the moment, so that's probably got a little bit to do with it.
Trev, have you got any idea?
Yeah, I was going to ask Rohan, has Wallace told you to play the man, not the ball?
Well, what about that? Well, Brad Johnson's there. Brad, you've had a sensational season. You've probably been leading, or one of the contenders for the Brownlow, just getting out on that wing and tearing clubs apart every week. It's been a sensational year for you, but what about the week for poor old Brad Weir? How's the effect been on the club with all the drama tonight at training and last night at the tribunal?
Yeah, well, it was disappointing for Brad, you know. It was just an unlucky incident, I suppose. The club has just tried to look at it in a positive way. You know, he stayed and he trained with us tonight, and he'll no doubt be back in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, Rohan and Brad, well done and congratulations on a successful year so far.
Thanks.
Rohan, to you, are you
Carl?
superstitious? Because I wrote an article last week in the Herald Sun, and it said that you eat 6, or I wrote anyway, that you had 6 strawberry frogs a night before a match. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true, mate. I'm going to try and get some freebies off Cadbury here. Yeah, I do actually eat 6 strawberry frogs on a Friday night before a game. So
When did that start up?
I don't know, actually. I probably ate them one night before a game and played well the next day, so I kept doing it.
And Dermot used to go to 6 nightclubs before the night of the game.
And if you've just tuned in, welcome to Romper Room. Things going well. 6 chocolate frogs, mate.
That's right. And also, Rohan and Brad, how's Simon Minton-Connell and also Paul Hudson fitted in, being former teammates of mine?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, life's going really well. He's a focal point that it's really good for someone to kick to down there, and he's kicking the goals, you know, pretty well. Except on the weekend, he missed a couple in the first quarter, but he come back well. And Jono can say about Hutto.
No, Paul's been a real good asset to us. You know, he runs hard in the forward line, works hard around the place. So, you know, he's only been a positive for us down there.
Brad, a lot of players not too wrapped in State of Origin football. How important is it for you to wear the big V, given the fact you're from the Western Bulldogs and Ted Whitten's legacy all over this game?
Yeah, no, it's extremely important. You know, Ted was a great player with the club, and it's just, you know, it's good to see that 7 of us got in the squad, and, you know, we've got to train next week, play this week, then train next week, and, you know, who knows what'll happen, but it'll be a great honour, you know, if one or more of us got in the side, yeah.
One final one before we have a look at the teams. Western Bulldogs versus Geelong is becoming a bit of a spiteful old affair these days.
Yeah, it sure is. You know, the last few encounters, they probably got us in the finals there, and we owed them a fair bit, so, you know, that's why that was our main incentive for last week's win. And, you know, hopefully in the next few years we can continue to win and beat the Geelong.
All right, well, you beat them last week by 21 points. Let's have a look at the ins and outs for the Western Bulldogs. Top of the ladder, 8 wins, 3 losses. 21-point victors last week at Optus Oval, with Minton-Connell kicking 4, Collingwood 2, Grant 2 and Cook 2. Sir Kellett and Brown come in for Montgomery, who's 4 to 6 weeks with an ankle injury. Wirra 2 weeks suspended. And West, that's M West, who has been omitted from that team. To the Port Adelaide side, who they're playing, of course. Figurt, Burgoyne and Heaver come in for Brown, who's out with a hamstring, Lockwood with an ankle, Cotton has been omitted, and the other big news tonight is that, they've kissed and made up. Mick Moylan and Jack Cale have all come together and shaken hands, and Mick Moylan's going to stay there for the rest of the year. Last week, as I said before, beat by 35 points by Sydney. Cummings kicked 3 out of only 4 goals for the night for the Port Adelaide side. Boys, to Brad, first of all, how are you going to beat this side?
Well, you know, we don't really know that much about them. Just watch them over the last few weeks. You know, they run hard and they're they're a very competitive side. So, you know, we just got to withstand their pressure early, and hopefully our skill and abilities will beat them at the end of the day.
And Rohan?
Yeah, I think, Ed, we can't underestimate them. I think they've proven to be a good side. I think if they had won last week, they would have been 4th on the ladder. So we've been watching them, you know, pretty intensely, and we're going to just play like we've been playing during the year and hopefully go in to the bye on top of the ladder, 2 games clear, hopefully.
Rohan, Peter here. Just next week, obviously, after this week, you've got training. Is it true that Terry Wallace gave you a week off?
Yeah, Pete, there's...
Any chance of him talking to Stan?
Actually, after the game on Saturday, we've got the week off. I think we have to go back to training on Thursday. But for the blokes in the state squad, I've got to train on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, but I'll gladly train with the state squad, mate.
Good on you, boys. Thanks for joining us. Before you go, a tip from the panel, 1 word each.
I have to go with the Bulldogs. I'm with you, Rhino.
Yeah, Bulldogs.
Sam?
What lovely boys they are, aren't they?
Yeah. That's what we want. Footballers, isn't it?
Very, very nice lads.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Bulldogs versus Port Adelaide at Optus Oval.
Oh.
A tip.
Gee, the Western Bulldogs, easily.
All right, well, let's hear it for Rohan Smith and Brad Johnson there. Good on you, Brad. Now, Sam.
Yeah, what about?
Well, we know that you've got the bung leg in your back and everything, but it has cost us all a trip to London. You know that, don't you?
Well, I'm sorry about that, Ed, but I know it has, and I've not been feeling well, but I am sorry about that.
All right, well, in the meantime, we are still giving away a trip to London. Sam, London videotape competition. Here's our first entry for the night.
Who needs to win tickets?
Look, I don't want to alarm anyone. It's on fire now! But we need to lose some weight. Those bags and Dougie. Does anyone know how to fly a plane?
That's our first entry night from S. Forward of Mount Gambier in South Australia. I wonder if it's a relation to Ann Forward there. OK, let's have a look at our second one now.
When the Footy Show travels to London later next month, it'll be a tremendous opportunity for me and the boys to, 1, fly Qantas, and 2, introduce the English folk to what our remarkable Footy Show has to offer. But what if they can't understand our game in using an oval ball? Maybe you'd need skill for that. By taking the Footy Show over to London, we'd show the Poms through pure entertainment, with the exception of Dougie, of course. This great game of ours is by far and away the best in the world. And if anyone dares to disagree, we'll give you an evening out with Jason Dunstall, and we wouldn't wish that upon anyone.
Sam, that was from Andrew Startin of Benalla in Victoria. Andrew, that was absolutely magnificent.
It was, actually. I must say, when I first saw that over in the your dressing room, Ed, because we haven't got one, I thought he was lip-syncing me. I actually thought I must have said that somewhere and he was lip-syncing me, because I wasn't actually paying attention until I heard my own voice.
I tell you what, it's very good, both entrants there, but there was a last-minute entrant in this week.
As long as everything's all right with you, Sammy, that's all we care about. We're happy for you, Sam. We're glad as long as you're okay.
We're not going. All right, Sam, so we're not going to London, mate. That's fine with me.
Where is London? Nearly summer. You know, I was going to have a couple of days on the Greek island, but, you know, Ballarat's looking pretty good.
That one was sent in from Piggy, Douglas, the kid, Trevor, and the entire staff here at the Footy Show. Trev.
Yeah, looking at the other two, I think we came third tonight, boys.
If you have got your last chance to get it into us now to win the trip to London, we are sending people away. Send your entries to, here's the address, Post Office Box 800, Richmond, Victoria 3121. Send your entries in there, Trev.
And we're not sending your videotape back no matter how much money you send.
Exactly. We'll take a break. More Footy Show coming up right after this. We'll take the boy.
No! Saturday night, the movie.
Philip, get in the car!
He's a runaway criminal
Hey, that's my car!
Got a positive ID?
with a 7-year-old boy as a partner.
He so much as moves, you pull the trigger.
You ever shot a gun before, boy?
At least now we know who's in charge.
Teaching him the values of life
Enjoy it while it lasts.
and sharing a unique friendship.
Me and you got a lot in common, Philip.
Starring Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood. A Perfect World, 8:35 Saturday on 8.
Where I can be cool, where I can be hot, where I can be up, where I can be down, where I can be wild, where I can be free, where I can be me.
Save hundreds of dollars celebrating your marriage on romantic Club Med Lindeman Island. Up to 10 years saves 10%, 20 years saves 20%, right up to 35%.
The Barry Ford half-year clearance is on now. Sport styling with this EB Falcon S. Auto with air and steer reduced to $18,990. 5-litre V8 EF Falcon with Heyman Reese tow bar and cruise control reduced to $25,990. Tickford enhanced EF XR6 with sport suspension airbag and CD stacker reduced to $34,990. EB Falcon S, not your average Falcon with sports trim and alloy rims, reduced to $16,990. Rush into the Barry Ford half-year clearance on now.
For an American scientist caught in a world of espionage, there is no escape. Bring her to life. And now, the man who was hired to betray her.
My name is Thomas More. August Christopher Martin de Porres
is the only one who can save her.
If you want to live, you have to leave my side.
Val Kilmer, Elizabeth Shue, the Saint.
Screening at the Sir Robert Helpman Theatre.
There are two very good reasons to purchase a Sharp copier. For 2 years running, Sharp won the BLI Award for Copier Line of the Year. And now there are 2 more good reasons to make your next copier a Sharp. This is the first. And here's the second. To receive your CD player or TV, hurry in and purchase your copier before the end of the financial year. Contact your local authorised Sharp copier dealer or phone for your nearest dealer on 08 8234 5911.
Now, lice control for your cattle is a lot easier. One small squirt of new Arrest Easy Dose spreads right round each beast to kill lice, then protects your cattle for weeks. Arrest Easy Dose. Takes a second to put on, weeks to wear off.
The Narracourt Furnishers Warehouse closing down sale. Save on truckloads of supporter beds and mattresses, carpet offcuts, end-of-roll remnants and vinyl remnants. Plus there's heaps of furniture. It's all got to go from Narracourt Furnishers Warehouse as Dick is closing it down.
Great to see some Olympic champions in the audience tonight at the Footy Show. Let's welcome dual Olympic gold medalists. 3 of the awesome foursome, the 3 boys who have won the money on the 2 occasions, the last 2 Olympic Games. Let's hear it for Nick Green, James Tompkins and Mike Mackay with us tonight. Come on, boys. And James, I understand that you guys are acting as the runners next week in the EJ Witt match, or Nick, or whoever wants to answer the question. James?
Well, yeah, we are. We're out at the Witten Oval and giving a few instructions to the boys. So, I don't know, yeah, we'll call them beers and cigarettes, I guess, but the 15-minute mark of the first quarter.
What?
Did you hear that?
No, I missed a bit of that. Mike, congratulations, though, because the team has picked up a sponsorship during the week with Westpac, and it means that you're now right to have another crack at 3 on the trot at Sydney Olympics. How big is that? That's fantastic.
Well, in case you couldn't tell, Eddie, with all the kit on, but yeah, that's right. We've got a sponsorship with Westpac for the next 4 years. They've made a commitment to us, which really makes it full steam ahead through to 2000.
All right, and also we're here tonight, Louise Dobson from the Hockey Roos, of course, and Louise won the Champions Trophy again against Germany, the winning goal coming 20 seconds before the end, and well, it just keeps going for the women's hockey team, doesn't it?
That's right, it's been fantastic. We actually got back from Germany on Tuesday and had a very successful tournament. And it was great to beat the Germans at home in front of their home crowd in Berlin.
Well, you keep winning, but your boyfriend Stephen Phoebe, playing for Melbourne, struggling a touch at the moment.
Yeah, it's actually good being away actually quite a bit lately.
Louise Dobson's mother there, the other redhead through the back there.
No, that's Howard Lee through the back there. Is that who you're talking about?
Oh, it is too.
It's Howard Lee at the back. We'll get to Howard in a few moments' time. But also good to see Robbie Woodhouse, Olympic bronze medalist in the swimming, and now one of the heads with Craig Kelly of Elite Sports Properties. Good on you, Robbie. Good, you've done the deal here for the boys. Oh, there we are. We've got all the swimmers over there and Louise Dobson. All right, as I said, the boys will be acting next week as runners in the big E.J. Whitten match. Will be on Friday week and will be on Channel 9, of course. So here's all the details now if you want to get along. It's Victoria versus the All-Stars. Doug Hawkins is the captain of Victoria. Brad Hardy, the captain of the All-Stars. Also, some of the big names in action. Peter Dacos, David Rhys-Jones, Wayne Johnson, Denny Frawley, Paul van der Haar, Dale Waitman. Raised $50,000 last year for the E.J. Whitten Foundation for Cancer Research. It's Friday, June 20. Tickets are $9 for adults, 5 concession and children, 22 for the family, available through Bass and the Western Bulldogs. And if you pop into your First National Real Estate office, pick up one of these, you get a discount for the game as well. There it is, First National Real Estate, and it's a sensational night out at the Western Oval next week. Let's move on to our next game, Spiders Mob, the Saints, 7th on the ladder. 6 wins and 5 losses take on Luke's boys, the Rhinos lads, the Carlton team, and they're all pumped up. Big John Elliott's been taking on everyone this week. You have the Carlton team all pumped up this week against the Saints. Always a big battle, this one, Sunday afternoon at Waverley Park. And as you can see for the Saints, no outs, but the ins are Cook, Beveridge, Gray and Sirakoski. And we'll have a look at the Carlton side now. And once again, no outs. The ins are Anstey, Hogg, Locke and Smart. Last week, St Kilda won by 16 points against West Coast. Carlton fixed up the Brisbane Lions by 21 points at Optus Oval. But St Kilda were on fire, and Jason Heatley with 4 goals was again one of the top players and gave that one to Mickey Malthouse and the boys.
Well, he denies that. He actually reckons he was doing it to somebody that abused him in the crowd. So
yeah, it was Mickey Malthouse.
Yeah, well, probably was. But yeah, no, we're looking forward to a great contest against Carlton, obviously, and just curious on who's going to pick up Harvey.
Halves, we've got that sorted out. We've got a 12-way rotation going with Harvey.
Well, you need to, because last week he had 16 contested possessions and 14 uncontested possessions. He just absolutely tore them apart.
Yeah, I've got him for the warm-up, so that'll be tough. And, I think we'll sort things out. I think Hoggy might find himself a bit of a job there in halves, but it is a big one, and they've had the wood over us over the last couple of years, the Saints.
Now, Luke, what do you say to that well-worn cliche that we've got a lot of old legs down at Carlton Land?
Oh, no, I think that's not really the case at all, Sam.
Well, it is the case, because
they might be old, but they're not necessarily slow, which was going to be your next call.
They're quick in the mind, you reckon?
That's right, yeah. They are. I mean, Williams his hands and mind is as quick as anyone's legs in the competition.
Are you going to get lost at Waverley, though? It's OK at Optus Oval. What about Waverley?
No, I don't think there's a massive difference in the size of the grounds from Optus Oval to... Keeping in mind Optus Oval has been extended, and I would assume the dimensions are pretty similar to Waverley, but, Brown and Ratton, of course, are probably our 2 better ball getters, and they're in the packs getting the hard balls, and Bradley, you can't query his pace or endurance. I don't see there being a big problem at all.
Speaking of hard balls, you had 8 hard ball possessions last week, which is when you have to go in and win a contest at ground level. Now, you've been known as a guy who runs past, gets the handball, shot at goal, but last week you were really ripping packs apart.
I think it just fell into my hands 8 times.
Ed hangs his hat on these statistics. Do you realise that you're getting 12 hardball possessions on the day, or 8, was it? Do you realise that you're doing it?
Of course you don't. It just happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But when you analyse the game, you go back and you see that the Carlton defence, the half-back line alone of Sexton, Hickmon and McKay, how's this for a stat, though? 39 uncontested possessions, and Silvani indeed had 21. So there's 60 uncontested possessions in the back line. What are they doing, the Brisbane Lions, just kicking it in?
Yeah, I suppose that goes to our supreme pace and pressure that we're putting on in the midfield.
Or the fact that you're not picking your men
Williams,
up.
Bradley, Brown and Ratton.
Lurking on the outside, maybe, Sam.
That's right, the outriders, outriggers. Have you got any outrigging stats?
Yeah, I should just throw in a quick plug, because next Wednesday night, Sharon would kill me if I didn't put this in, the Carlton Football Club are having their annual fashion parade, which is always a highlight, Sam. And it's the Jeans West Fits Best, the Heavenly Blues is the title they're given the night. It's $16.70 ahead, and it's actually...
Yeah, all right, okay.
No, it's a...
$16.
Where is it? Quick.
It's at the Metro next Wednesday, the 18th.
Crawford, who's going to win this game? With the other two, obviously, aren't going to have a...
Yeah, I think St Kilda will, because they match up very well. And just a question to you, Ed. Where do you get these stats from?
Don't worry, Paul, I'll make them up before the show. What are you talking about?
And that's the truth.
Who's going to win?
Well, I think St Kilda will win, although I've been swayed, Luke, by the tremendous summary of old legs and young hearts and infertile brains or whatever you're on about there. But I think St Kilda might do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if you did it.
I did it? I did it or Carlton did it?
Well, you didn't hear James's answer. Did you hear my answer?
No, I missed that completely.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to work out what's next. That's all. What is next, though, is how are you feeling?
Oh, well, Ed, I'm going to be honest, I felt better. I feel a bit woozy at the minute. I've taken tablets. But I'm hoping things will get better before we go on.
Come towards the light, Sam. Don't be afraid, Sam. Don't be afraid.
Adelaide, absolutely special. The crows, Sam. They're the light and they're the way, the way, the way.
What's happened?
Was it a dream, Ed? The crow's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Would they be any good? They're the only side. Actually, we look as though we're going to take it off this year.
Who's we?
The Crows. There's no one else standing up. There's no one else standing up. They're all falling down as we speak.
As we speak, they're in second position and they take on North Melbourne, the reigning premiers this week. Let's have a look at the Adelaide side. A Sunday afternoon at Football Park, and Trev's very happy to know that he won't be able to watch that entire match on Channel Rex. We'll get to that in a second. Bond, Connell, Allen and Gilligan coming to the Adelaide side, who defeated Melbourne by 52 points. Modric kicked 3, Robram 2 and Liptak 2. Last time around, North Melbourne won by a goal. That was at Football Park at round 20 last year. These sides have each won 4 of their past 8 meetings. Kim Costa added to the state squad this afternoon, so well done to Kim, the former Western Bulldogs player. Adelaide are new premiership favourites at Crown.
Yeah.
And they are paying $5.50 at the moment. Wayne Carey, who I'm about to announce is in the North Melbourne side, will play his 150th game. There is the big news. The King is back. Wayne Carey back in action. Comes in with Allison. Kent Kingsley for his first game, an 18-year-old 193cm forward from Woodville, West Torrens, and D. Stevens coming into the North Melbourne side that defeated Fremantle by 26 points. They're currently in 6 spots, 6 and 5. North Melbourne, Scholl kick 4 and Harvey 3. Very good goals last week. But boys, Wayne Carey with the state match the week after, why wouldn't they wait and
It is a
make
big
sure
one.
he's
I mean,
right?
usually they say that it's a 16-week rehab process that you've got to go through to come back from a shoulder reconstruction, and I actually had one last October and know that that is the case. So if he's to come back any earlier than that, it'd be a huge risk to North Melbourne. But in the capable hands of Dr. Harry Unglik, I would presume that nothing out of the ordinary would be...
Been 11 weeks so far, Crawford.
Must have been on the Jungle Juice, and I actually put my horse on the Jungle Juice. He ran at Mortlake on Monday, and he come last. So I can't work it out.
What's the horse's name?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, no worries. Trev, you something about your great man Kerry back in the side?
What are you saying about not being shown on TV?
Well,
we got the second on the ladder playing the reigning world champions. What's going on? What special 4-hour edition of Game Day?
I think they're showing Freo in Essendon.
Channel Rex is showing Freo in Essendon, are they?
Well, that's Blockbuster.
What would Timmy Warner's rationale be behind that one?
Well, I'm the programming
Well,
Channel 7.
but you know everything. You're all-knowing and all-powerful.
The Oracle,
what do you think you would hang your hat on that
Well, I
game
think
for?
the reason would be that there are more Essendon supporters in Melbourne, therefore they're looking for the ratings.
There's 15th Essendon as we speak, aren't they?
Trev?
11th v 15th. Thank you very much, Channel 7. Good on you.
Don't look at me like I'm making the
enough
decisions.
to make you go to Adelaide.
Spider, who's going to win this game? Adelaide North?
I think Adelaide, they've had quite a few goal kickers. They had 10 last week, and I just think if you've got multiple goal kickers, you've got a very good chance of winning the game.
I think Eddie, Adelaide will win with Darren Jarman leading the way.
Yep, the Crows, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Crows with Tone and Dazza and Mark and Pitiful. He's playing well now, isn't he? He's playing beautiful football, Pitiful.
He is.
And I think the Crows will beat North Melbourne.
All right, fair enough.
Do you have an opinion?
Yes, I think the Crows will win too.
Good.
Okay, but good luck to Wayne Carey. It is great to finally get one of the champions back in action. Let's hope that that shoulder holds together for Wayne Carey for the rest of the season. And well done on 150 games to the King at the moment. Speaking of the King of North Melbourne, let's go back to the King.
I'm caught in a pack. I can't break out. I'm being tagged by Liberatore. Can't you see? He's hanging on me. And you won't believe the crap he's saying. We can't go on forever like Jimmy Steins, and we can build a team like the Brisbane Lions. I'm caught in a pack. I can't break out. I'm being tagged by Liberatore.
On Burke's Backyard, bold new tricks to transform your home into something special.
Some of the best contemporary gardens you would see in Australia.
And a must-see for pet owners, poisonous household products.
Chocolate, for example.
Burke's Backyard, 6:30 Sunday.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Navara. It's tough enough to take a full load in the back, but be warned, it's very, very powerful.
Just wait till you drive it.
See explosive basketball action this Friday night at the Ice House. The Mount Gambier Pioneers carving up the court at home. With basketball this hot, Friday night the Ice House is set to melt.
Have you ever wondered why Stihl is Australia's most popular chainsaw? Maybe it's because it's the world's most reliable chainsaw.
Stihl available from Chance Sales and Service, Small Engine Services and Kemp's Machinery Service.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. Lungs are like sponges with millions of tiny air sacs for transferring oxygen. Every breath of tobacco smoke attacks them. No wonder smokers feel short of breath. Their lungs are rotting. Every cigarette is doing you damage.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Navara. It's tough enough to take a full load in the back, but be warned, it's very, very powerful.
Just wait till you drive it.
Football Legends! Verging on Football Legends, here we go for this week. Look out, nice one-handed grab coming up here. And not so bad at all there. Vermont v Clayton. Next up we go to the wedding reception. They've slipped the garter onto the Sharon. And up they go. And not a bad one at all, yep. Yeah, very strong chest mark there. And the third one here, we're looking at Gisborne Rookies v Gladstone Park, and we see the goal umpire go flat on his back there. And don't the kids love to take the piss out of him. Fantastic. This week's winners, M. Leslie of Blackburn North, S. Arena of Endeavour Hills, and D. Williamson of Gisborne in Victoria. And we do have one more anonymous entry. Take a look at this. It's from the St Kilda Richmond Reserves game. St Kilda going from left to right. St Kilda knocks it down towards their goals. Richmond player picks it up and goes the wrong way. And player lays a shepherd for the bloke going the wrong way. Has another bounce. Barcy saying, "You're clear, you're clear, you're clear." And he has a shot, and 48 turns around and says, "You idiot." Very well done there by the Richmond reserve player. And that video was actually sent in by an anonymous club who we're not allowed to mention, but we will say that the $500 next week goes to the Trevor Barker Foundation.
Worked that one out, yes, the Trevor Barker Foundation, and the $500 going in the can there. And as usual, the people who send in their footy videos will receive the footy show gear, all the footies and the autographs and all the rest of it. Let's have a look at the major prize at the end of the year, though, as well as all of our footy show gear. Each of our winners going to the draw for our major prize. It's the new Ford XR6 Ute. It's got loads of room in the back, and it's definitely not your average Ute. It's got four-wheel disc brakes, 4-speaker stereo, and of course that sleek XR6 nose. You can add to that the performance to embarrass a lot of sports cars. It's loads of fun to drive, valued at over $31,000, and of course it's from Ford. And apparently they're still trying to get the rubber off the front of the Crown Entertainment Complex after Dermot and Dougie were doing burnouts there today when they're shooting that ad. Anyway, send your tapes to Almost Footy Legends, Post Office Box 800 Victoria, 3121. Remember, if you want it back, send $3 worth of gear. All right. Of course, tonight we have our debutantes. They're all very excited about being here, and I think the boys have done a fantastic job so far. What do you think, everybody? Sitting nervously watching proceedings in Canterbury tonight, well, our regular panel members, Gary Lyon, Dermot Brereton, Jason Dunstall and Doug Hawkins. And boys, can I just say, things aren't looking too flash at the moment. The boys are going beautifully here.
Oh, you are joking. We've got our brain surgeon down here at the front, leading the pack, but not much to worry about, Jace. Hey? You haven't got nothing to panic about, I'm giving you a tip.
What about Crawford's performance? What about that poem that he said? The one bit of advice I gave him was not to go on and try and look like you're intelligent because you're not.
No, he just should sit there, shouldn't he?
In actual fact, Eddie, I'd like you to ask Shane what his VCE score was, please.
Well, go on, Crawford.
There's no need to come up with that at this stage, Jason, but just a question for you, Jason.
Well, hang on, we can't let you off. What did you get in your VCE at Assumption College?
When I was there, it was out of 160. What did I get, 160?
I think it didn't you get 20, Shane? But what's even worse is your brother got 10.
It's a bit harsh, Jason. I thought you were going to look after me tonight. I'm disappointed.
Well, you've already given it to me once, Shane. I think it's square up time. It was great to see that little video where you bared your bum and did all those funny sort of things. What the people don't realise is that you take every opportunity at the club to get all your gear off, you flex in front of the mirrors, and it's a well-known fact that if you were 6 inches taller, you'd be modelling, but you'll never be 6 inches taller, Shane.
Well, one good thing about having Shane on, Sam, is at least it's taken the heat off you from Jason for 5 minutes.
And Ed, Sam's done a terrific job.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we can get that bloke that was on the Sam London videotape entrant to stand in for him? Because he said jack all tonight.
What about Puddinhead beside you there? He's nodded off.
Well, why wouldn't you, watching the show tonight?
Actually, Jason... Shane again, how you going, all right?
Oh, very well, Shane.
That's good. You haven't...
No idea, the young fella.
No, hey, Dougie, that's not true. Aren't you going back to Hong Kong with the sumos?
Well, OK, I'll tag it. Well, Shane, while we're talking about personal things, have you explained to everyone there that last week you went and had a facial? And let me give some details. He didn't just he had a facial, he had a massage, he had a solarium, and then he had his eyelashes tinted. Because he's not vain.
I think we're exaggerating just a little, Jay.
Shorty.
Hey, Jay, I've got to say one word to you. Shane, when you try and pronounce your words, try and be a little bit clearer, please. I've got for you, pronounce it a little bit clearer.
Thanks very much.
Jeremy's not good enough to talk. Where's his voice
actually,
gone?
Dermot can't do it because Dougie's giving him a Brad Wirra. And the voice has just gone a bit haywire.
Yeah. How you going there, Derm?
Oh, I don't want to talk.
Trev?
He's had about 8 of these. He's had about 8 of these.
That's yours, pig guts.
I was going to say, Gary Lyons brought up Dougie and the Brad Wirra thing. I was talking to Russell Gilbert recently, Dougie, and he said that he actually saw your last game that you played for Fitzroy, and he said in the last quarter you actually put your hand down your own pants, and it was the only touch you got all day.
On a half-serious note, boys, if we can ask Gary Lyon. Gary, unfortunately, the news today, your season over, you'll have an operation on your back. What exactly is the operation, and how long will you be out for it? And will you be a chance next year?
Oh, I hope I'm a chance next year, and I'm actually going to hospital sometime next week and have a bit of damaged disc removed, and I'm trying to be serious here with these blokes, and hopefully I'll be laid up for a month or so, but...
I was going to say, you can hardly be serious with the cut-off Ugg boots on there.
Yeah, Dougie brought them all the way from Braybrook.
But what actually is the operation, Gary?
Oh, it's a laminectomy and a discectomy, Ed, and what that means I'm not quite sure, but all I know is that it's going to get me up and going for next year, and I can get away from these washed-up old blokes and get back in there with the young fellas.
Oh, we're going to look after each other.
Oh, I am. I'm looking up and serving you a hand premium.
Trev.
Those shoes must be from Braybrook. Eddie, that's an Ugg moccasin.
They actually look like the Braybrook wedding shoes, Dougie.
Yeah, very good, Spider. By the way, mate. You're brilliant, Spider. By the way you guys are going, we're safe as houses, mate. No, we're very safe.
We'll just sit there, boys, because we're going to have a look at the next game. It is Fremantle versus Essendon. We'll put the sides up. And have a look at this. You reckon the Fremantle side have got a few ins and outs? Wait till we get to the Bombers. First of all, Harding, Hunter, Mitchell, Delaney, Gale, Abraham and Waterhouse come in. So good to see Delaney back to play against his old side. Going out, Mann, who was suspended for charging 1 week. Sinclair injured his hip, and Brown is also out injured. And they were beaten by North Melbourne by 26 points. And Allen kicked 3, Callaghan 3. And they're 5 and 6 in 12th spot at the moment. Now, look at this for the big story of the night. Have a look at that for the ins and outs for Essendon. The ins: Berbakoff, Kransberg, Doolan, Jukovic, Wallace, Heffernan, Fraser, Stevenson, McAllister, Watson and Blumfield. Of those players, Andrew Jukovic, an 18-year-old 186 half forward from Northern Knights. Chris Heffernan, 185 centimetre, 18-year-old wing half forward from Geelong under-18s, who was the second player taken in the 96 draft. And Daniel McAllister is another 18-year-old, 184 centimetre midfielder from Tassie under-18s, born in New Zealand and has represented Tassie in softball and rugby league. A very good young sportsman. The outs there: Calthorpe is a hamstring, Barnard an ankle, Fletcher a knee, Hardwick a knee, O'Connor an ankle, Danaher a thigh and Young a thigh. So all of those changes are compulsory. Don't forget that Hurd's already out of the side, and plus the other injuries. The Bombers beaten by 33 points against Hawthorn at rock bottom at the moment, 15th on the ladder, 4 wins, 7 losses. Well, what more can you say? And they have to go all the way to Subiaco. Boys, the junior boys, who's going to win this game?
I'd have to go with. I'm going to go with Essendon. They've got a lot of changes and everything, but I really think they can pick up this week and get a win.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go with Essendon as well. It's very hard to win with so many quality players out, so I'll still stick with them.
Bronner?
No, I'll go with Freo. I don't think they're such a bad side, Freo, and with as many changes as Essendon has got, it's going to be pretty difficult.
OK, well, for the old boys and for Sam, the other controversy this week, Kevin Sheedy turned up to Optus Oval while the Bombers' next opponents, Fremantle, were playing at the MCG. There's been a bit of a furore in your 3AW box, Sam. You've got him in trouble by being crook. He had to fill in for you. Now, there's been a lot of drama about this. Do you really think that the coach needs to be actually at the game? He's looked at tapes all through the week. What do you think?
Not at all. Why would you have to be at a game just to marshal the troops? Why would you have to be at a game to marshal the troops about how you'd play the side you're watching? Absolute ridiculousness.
All right. Boys, what do you think? Derm? Gary? Anyone?
No, I agree. I think Kevin Sheedy's astute enough to have all his bases covered. I don't think he'd leave himself underprepared, that's for sure. So a bit of a storm in a teacup, Ed, I reckon.
Yeah, Doug, what do you reckon?
Yeah, woof, woof, woof. Bulldogs, Bulldogs.
And Jace, just to finish off on a serious note?
Yeah, on a serious note, Ed, if we could just go back to Shane's rationale for picking Essendon, he said it's very difficult to win when you've got so many changes, but I'll stick with them. I mean, what does that mean?
Exactly what I said, Jason.
Nothing.
Well, if you think this show's stupid, you should tune on 11 o'clock on a Sunday. Have a look at this and get ready for more this Sunday on the Sunday Footy Show.
Yes, don't forget the Sunday Footy Show at 11. Join me and the troops for the very best roundup of the weekend matches. Not to mention Dougie and his competition draws, plus Louis and that handball competition. It's all go every Sunday at 11.
And then, of course, join me for Sports Sunday. This week, we've trekked deep into Port Adelaide territory to see what part tradition has played in their surprising first year of success. We'll see you Sunday at noon. And don't forget to join the other boys at 11 o'clock. Coming up next on the Footy Show, we'll have the Collingwood West Coast game. That's coming up right after the break.
Sunday on 60 Minutes. Scaling the heights with Brigitte Muir.
Obsessed, oh, that's an understatement.
For the first time, her incredible story of sheer courage.
Done it, I can go home now.
The 9-year quest to climb every mountain.
Incredible.
Also, the travelling Whitlams.
I had arranged a band playing the Macarenas. Where was the bloody mayor?
The ultimate tour guides.
The best people always love me.
The new life of Gough and Margaret.
Goffito.
When Toyota presents 60 Minutes, Sunday.
Your driving future.
Wouldn't it be great to buy a used car with all the new car benefits? Well, that's what Network Q is all about. It's a factory-backed program that guarantees the difference, and at no extra cost. You'll get up to 3 years or 175,000 kilometre protection with a fixed price service program. It's not your normal used car deal, so ask us to explain it to you.
Driving future.
If teeth were straight and gums were hard, then any old-fashioned stiff brush could clean them. But teeth are curved and gums are soft, which is why McLean's designed the new Flex Direct. Flex, because its flexible neck cushions the pressure, as McLean's famous tomato test will show, to make it gentle on gums. And Direct, because it's the only brush with a pivoting head, which directs it into those awkward spots. McLean's Flex Direct. It cleans teeth brilliantly, and it's gentle on gums.
With stacks and stacks of tyres we have to shift before the end of the financial year. So if you want a great tyre deal, call into your nearest Bridgestone Tyre Centre before June 30th. Call confidence with a capital B.
I'll never forget what made me change to Whisper. I had to leave this party with my jacket tied around my waist, thinking this should never have happened. My pad just didn't work. So I started using Whisper. It's not just the wings that help stop the leakage, it's the dry weave top sheet. Only Whisper has dry weave. Once the flow goes through the top sheet, it's trapped, so I feel cleaner and drier, and my clothes stay protected. Whisper works by giving me a cleaner, drier feeling of protection.
Daewoo is having a run out, and for a limited time you can get the Aspero for $19,990, complete with free scheduled servicing for 3 years. But hurry, at $19,990 the Aspero run out is sure to ruffle a few feathers.
Gee, things are crooked in Western Australia. It's raining all the time. The Dockers and the Eagles are losing their games of football. Everybody's got a dose of the Mick Malthouses. But guess what? The Footy Show sent me over here to cheer everybody up. How's the Dockers been going lately, madam?
They lost last night, and so did the Eagles.
Who do you barrack for?
Both Eagles and the Dockers. And if Jared Nisham don't get his team into gear, they'll end up down at the bottom of the ladder instead of up top.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm actually a missionary for our church.
A what?
A missionary for our church.
Just elaborate a little bit more for me, because I'm not being ignorant, but ignorant. What's the word I'm trying to use?
I don't know. But some people call us Mormons.
How you going there, mate? Where you been today, sir?
Off. Yeah. Well, do you have a belief in Jesus Christ yourself?
Yeah, I do a bit.
Yeah? You think you'd be interested if we were to come by your home?
Yeah, I'd like you to do that.
Yeah? Whereabouts is your address?
I don't think your bike's going to make it.
Yeah?
Take a smash in Melbourne. So what do you like about the Footy Show?
Rexy, mate. Rexy.
Rexy? What are you using for, buddy?
Geelong, mate.
The Mighty Cats?
Yeah.
Why is that? And you live in Western Australia?
Well, I don't know, mate. Just don't like West Australians around here, mate.
You don't?
Nah, mate.
You're a Western Australian, mate?
Yeah.
Where you live, mate?
Oh, Yangebuck, mate.
Rex Hunt on Channel 9?
Yep.
I'd like to see that. What are you up to today?
I'm waiting for my boyfriend. He's getting me some lunch, I think.
Is that right? Oh, kick up!
Oh, how are you? Hi, darling. You sure you didn't want something?
God bless you.
God bless you. And good luck to you.
Dominigato konnichiwa.
You mess there all the time in the foot show, right?
We have fun, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we have a very... We're not much laughing because Sam over there, the other one not very popular like Sam, you know? Sam always make you laugh. He make a lot of time.
He's a lovely boy, isn't he, Sammy?
He shows his bum, you know.
His bum. He shows his bum.
Anyway, we like him anyway.
You ever heard of a star from the Footy Show called Sammy Newman?
Yes, poor fellow, he's in trouble at the moment, isn't he?
Yes, what happened to him?
Oh, well, he had his leg broken in 2 places, didn't he?
No, he's a bit run down at the moment, old Sam.
He really is.
A bit run down.
That other guy, he got his leg broken, Sam Newman.
Yeah.
Not to break his other leg, because I don't believe it was his girlfriend that done it. They're all giving Sam Newman a hard time.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Who do you reckon done it?
I reckon he done it himself with too many beers.
Give him a kiss, good boy.
All right. Goodbye, Sam. I love you.
Ah, yes, the pride of Perth. Well, a couple of weeks ago, Collingwood were on top of the ladder. The West Coast Eagles were second. Now they're 4th and 5th, respectively. The Maggies have lost the last 3 on the trot, but they head home to Victoria Park. Shut up, Trev. Back to Victoria Park go the Maggies. And I tell you, it's a big game because on Saturday night, in front of nearly 1,000 of their supporters, Collingwood will announce their team of the century at the Crown Entertainment Complex. And won't that be a nice doer affair if they get rolled for the 4th week on the run? Anyway, let's have a look at the Magpies. Well, Aaron James certainly won't be playing this week. He's out. That was his problem. He was out during the week. But Krasiska, Liddell and Prestigiacomo have been dropped for the Magpies, who were beaten by a goal by Richmond at the MCG. 4th spot on the ladder, 6 and 5. Coming in for the Magpies is Marnie, Sharkey, Burns and Armit. That's Josh Marnie, a 19-year-old, 183cm halfback flanker from Williamstown, who will play his first game for the Magpies. Let's have a look at the West Coast Eagles. 2 changes here. Evans and Stone come in for 2 players omitted. Fuster and Hart has been omitted from the team, beaten by 16 points by St Kilda at Subiaco. Heady kicked 3, Morrison and Phil Matura 2. West Coast won their last match at Victoria Park in round 13, 1993 by 23 points. Collingwood have won their past 8 at Victoria Park, and the West Coast have won 5 of their past 6 against Collingwood. Shane Watson plays his 100th games. He was poleaxed last week and is in the Collingwood side at the moment, which is a remarkable recovery because he was carried off on a stretcher and I think he had his neck in a brace for a couple of days, and Stephen Patterson plays his 50th. Well, Spidey, you played against West Coast. The wheels have fallen off there. What's wrong with them?
Yeah, no, I didn't think they went too bad. Obviously, the third quarter, we let them get away a bit and they come back at us. So I really think if Collingwood aren't on the ball early, West Coast will get up and win in Victoria Park.
Shane, you hammered Collingwood the week before that at Waverley. Can they win at Victoria Park?
I think so, yeah, with Scotty Crowe being best on ground.
Oh, you Hawthorn blokes looking after each other.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't imagine it being a very pleasant experience playing the Maggies at Victoria Park, so I'd have to stick with them, I think.
Well, Sam, Collingwood started with a blaze of glory last year, then lost 8 in a row. They've lost 3 in a row. Each time it's been top versus second bottom.
Yeah, it's
Can
great.
they get up?
It's great. Looks like history's going to repeat itself here. But I think they can win out there. But more importantly, the team of the century, who's comparing that at the Crown?
Oh, actually, I am, Sam.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
And midday, you're filling in for midday next week?
On Tuesday, I'll be hosting midday show.
And I was lying on my back after this happened to me, and I saw a soccer game between the probables and the possibles, and ever guess who was hosting that? Now, what would you know about soccer, Ed?
Oh, we'll put him. My dad's Scottish.
Hey?
My dad's Scottish.
Dad's Scottish?
Yeah.
What is your actual official capacity at Collingwood?
There's no official capacity. Don't you start.
Well, I tell you, Ed, there's a litany of people who are undisciplined down at Collingwood. It just goes on and on.
Well,
We've
they've just
got,
about weeded them out now, haven't they? They got rid of Ross, and they got rid of Trent Houghton. Now Aaron James is on suspension.
You're saying you're going to get rid of him, eh?
Well, no, he's been suspended by the club at the moment, indefinitely.
Yeah, well, what would you suggest there, seeing as you're half running the club? What would you suggest we do with Aaron James?
Well, nothing at the moment until things are proven. But it's good to see that Collingwood have at least taken the step to make sure that their supporters...
This doesn't
realise
happen
what's
at any
going on.
other club, Ed. There's just...
What? You're kidding, aren't you? Geelong, then at St Kilda. It's happening everywhere.
We don't go and urinate on people.
Crawford?
Yeah, we do.
On that very good note, let's go back to Elvis before we come back with our last segment for the night. Elvis!
Here's a little song for Brad Wareham. Well, there's one for the money, 2 for the show, and 3 to get ready and go, dogs, go. But don't you grab me by the jewels. We can do anything, but they call for my family jewels. Well, you can knock me down and spit on my face. Young for a run, exploring my pace. Doing the thing that you want to do, but well, lay off of my juice and don't you lay off anything. You can do anything, but lay off of my family jewels. Well, there's a family jewels, family jewels, family jewels, family jewels. You can do anything, but lay off of my family jewels.
Elvis has left the building.
Sunday on 8, the television premiere of the Aussie comedy that broke box office records around the world.
Come on, girls. Let's go shopping.
Winner of the Academy Award, voted most popular film at Cannes.
What is this, Outback with Benny Hill?
And featuring the #1 hit musical soundtrack, Terence Stamp, Hugo Weaving and Guy Pearce.
Green is not your colour.
The outrageous adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. 8:30 Sunday on 8.
MGM Mount Gambier Mitsubishi end of financial year sale on Lancer Coupe. You can drive away, no more to pay from $17,990 at MGM Mount Gambier Mitsubishi.
If you think that PC stands for pretty challenging, think again. Easy PC is the unique fortnightly guide that explains the jargon and tames the technology. Home finances, easy peasy. Multimedia, easy peasy. Easy PC builds into a comprehensive guide so you'll soon be working in harmony with your PC. Easy PC. Step by step, your knowledge grows.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. This is part of an aorta, the main artery from the heart. Smoking makes artery walls sticky and collect dangerous fatty deposits. This much was found stuck to the aortal wall of a smoker, age 32. Every cigarette is doing you damage.
We all know cold weather, icy winds and indoor heating can leave skin drier. So can we help stop winter from making our skin look drier than it should? Clinical tests on this intensive cream from Ulan prove you can. Its continuous moisture formula works in 3 stages to give immediate relief from dryness, to continuously moisturize, and to help protect skin from dryness. And the name, Moisture Protection Cream from Oil of Ulan. Proof we can help you look younger.
Welcome back to the Footy Show for the last segment of the night, and I just caught a glimpse there of the doyen of ring announcers for boxing in Victoria. He's also been a well-respected member of the footy media for a long, long time. Let's hear it for Howard Lee. Good on you, Howard. One of the most flamboyant characters in the media, Howard. He is just absolutely impeccably dressed. I don't know who dresses him, but it's magnificent. Howard, can you give us a big ring announcement just to get us through the night now?
Ladies and gentlemen, on the site where legends are made, Bendigo Street, Richmond, Channel 9. Let's get ready to rumble!
Trip?
Good old Howard. I think Howard needs a hairdresser that picks up and delivers.
Good on you, Howard. Good to see you, mate. All right, let's have a look at the last game of the night. Melbourne versus Brisbane. And, well, 16th versus 14th. Let's have a look at the ins and outs. As you can see, no answers yet. Donald Cockatoo Collins back from suspension. Glenn Lovett back from a shoulder injury. McHardy and Newton come into the Melbourne side. Beaten by Adelaide by 52 points at the MCG. 16th on the ladder, 2 wins, 9 losses. Once again, Viney amongst the best. He must be just about up there for the Brownlow at the moment. Todd Viney's killing him. Good to see S. Phoebe amongst the best as well, who's joining us tonight. Good on you, mate. Stephen Phoebe in the audience tonight, and Adam Uze. And Brisbane have not won at the MCG since 1988. Since the start of 94, Brisbane's record in Melbourne have won 5, drawn 1 and lost 19. And Todd Viney, by the way, into the South Australian squad. Last week, Brisbane Lions beaten by 21 points by Carlton at Optus Oval, what flattered them. Their back line just doesn't chase. Now, you were there, Rhino. Their forward line doesn't chase up. They just do not man up. The ball goes in, it comes straight out
I
again.
thought you were going to say their back line doesn't show.
No, sorry, their forward line
doesn't make it look too good, does it?
What do you think of that?
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, they're missing so many players, you know, at this stage, which a lot of clubs are, and they're obviously under the pump a bit. But I think that, you know, Monday night against the D's, that they'll probably turn it round and chalk up a win.
Champion Buse, Ackermanis and Malloy coming back in, so they're getting some senior players back at last, Crawford.
Yeah, you'd have to stick with Brisbane in this game, Ed.
All right.
Yeah,
Spider?
it's definitely with Brisbane. I reckon there's still probably a chance to make the finals.
Gee, well, they better start now because they're in all sorts of trouble. What are they, 4 and 7? They need probably to win the last, 7 out of the last 10 to get up. Sam?
Oh, well, I think Brisbane... Do you say they haven't won a game, Brisbane, at the MCG since 1988?
Yep.
Well, that is remarkable. Well, anyhow, I think they'll open their account on Monday, Ed.
All right.
I don't think Melbourne win another game this century. Well, how many years have we got? It's 97, 2 more years. I reckon we could easily see that into the year 2000.
All right, well, boys, let's thank Elvis the King for being with us tonight. And Elvis is appearing at the Palais in St Kilda on August 16. In Perth, he's at the Burswood on June 19 and 20, and Adelaide at the Festival Theatre September 6 and 7. Also tonight, let's congratulate our first gamers for the night, Luke O'Sullivan and also Shane Crawford. Good on you, boys. Well done to the Spider for having game number 2 on the Footy Show. Boys, you did a fantastic job. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big welcome back to the Footy Show again to Sammy Newman. Good on you,
thanks,
mate.
Ed. I was only joking about Melbourne.
This has been the Footy Show. Don't forget the Sunday Footy Show, 11 o'clock. Then Sports Sunday at noon. We'll see you next Thursday, 9:30. Good night.
Next on 8, Millennium, at 12:05, Nightline. This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Does everybody
know what time it is? 7:30 Monday. Watched by 1.5 million Australians, the all-new Home Improvement must-see comedy. Then on Friends, Monica's found her older man.
It's like a scene from Cocoon.
How can she tell her parents?
I'll take that, Dad.
And could Joey be moving
I don't
out?
want to leave you high and dry.
No, I've never been lower or wetter.
Get set for big changes. Home Improvement at 7:30, followed by Friends.
Channel 8 Community Classifieds telecast twice nightly, 7 days a week. Mary Morris Narracourt 30% off all winter fashions until noon this Saturday. Sorry, no appros, cash or card only. Yellow sale tickets excluded at Mary Morris Narracourt. Dale Cleves Music June stock clearance. Due to new instrument sales, last month there is a selection of good used pianos and organs from $495. Phone 8725 1011. Clearing sale, Narracourt Showground, Sheep Pavilion, this Sunday at 10 a.m. Further entries invited. Support local Miss Australia entrant Angela Bell. Neil Otterson Real Estate 08 8762 2755. The biggest choice of Yakka and King G workwear in country South Australia at the Disposal Shop, 13 James Street. Open 8 a.m. weekdays and 8:30 a.m. on Saturdays. Curran's Furniture Removals have room on a truck travelling to and from northern Queensland next week. For details, ring 87623 399 or 87622 984 after hours. RMA presents Games Day 97. Come play Warhammer, Necromunda, World War II, AD&D and other games on the 14th and 15th of June. Phone 87230 506 for details. Miller, Watt and John will be conducting a clearance sale tomorrow, Friday, at Count Widdowson, commencing at 10:30 a.m. on the property Mount Burr Road, Glencoe West. Farm, plant, machinery and sundries. For sale, Southern Zone Rock Lobster licence, 72 pots. Phone Beachport 873-58243 or Panola 873-72198. Just arrived from America, an excellent range of 115cm cotton craft fabrics at $5.99 a metre. Also new shades in resistible low pill fleecy at $8.99 a metre. Add bargain box fabrics in the main. International car seat covers will be at Mount Gambier tomorrow 9 until 5 and on Saturday 9 until 2 at the Ampol Service Station, Commercial Street, East Mount Gambier. Dale Cleves Music June stock clearance. Fender strings 2 sets for $16. Fender t-shirts 25% off. PB guitar amp was $849, now $699. Guitar stands 25% off. Phone 08 8725 1011. Lamb Seminar, Panola Showgrounds, tomorrow 9 until 4, including lamb genetics, meat quality and retail marketing. $10, including lunch and morning tea. Further information, contact Brad Rowe on 87363043. Plant now weeping ornamental trees, roses, strawberries, popular varieties of fruit trees, farm shelter trees, spring flowering bulbs. Your Plants Plus Nursery, Conboy's Nurseries. For sale, excellent truck business, Binnett. Truck with hydraulic lifter and 6x12 metre bin. $56,000 or near offer. 018 838 082 or 018 849 202. Interested in the hospitality industry? Expressions of interest are now being taken for the Hospitality Certificate 2 and bars and service of drinks. For information, call Trish on 8735 1488. Dispersal sale next Monday at 1 o'clock at Keith Sale Yards. 800 cattle, 5,000 merino sheep, account Davidson, Westwood and Hawthorn. For particulars, refer the Stock and Station Journal. Elders Keith 08 8755 1833. After hours, Trevor Peach on 08 8755 1051. The Bedman has on display now the superbly comfortable electronic adjustable bed, ideal for the elderly or infirmed. Special introductory prices on the whole range. The Bedman, Mount Gambier. From the 17th to the 19th of June, Etsa Power will use a helicopter to patrol power lines in the Narracor district. For further information, contact Ralph Uphill on 018 838 850. Commercial Street Chemist Night roster, Murray T. Martin Pharmacy, open 7 until 8:30. Channel 8 Community Classifieds really do get results telecast twice nightly, 7 days a week. To lodge your classy, give Chris a call on the hotline 8721 8828 or fax 8721 8811. Or leave them at Channel 8 or the Border Watch before 12 noon, Monday to Friday.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Navara. It comes as a 4x2 or 4x4 cab chassis or ute. It's tough enough to take a full load in the back. But we should warn you. It's got a brand new 3.2-litre diesel engine that's very, very powerful.
Just wait till you drive it.
After a sellout tour, Live's new album, Secret Samadhi, continues to dominate the Australian charts. Featuring the hit Lakini's Juice and the new single, Freaks. Now, for a very limited time, Secret Samadhi comes with a bonus 5-track CD. Live's Secret Samadhi. Get it now.
Now, in exactly 1 minute and 13 seconds, I'm going to drive my go-kart between two carriages of a speeding train. This stunt requires split second. There's a train going past! Why is the train going past now?
Introducing new McLean's whitening toothpaste with Triclean. This is how it works. With daily brushing, Triclean gently breaks down the stains that can discolour teeth. New McLean's whitening for your whitest McLean's ever.
We've pulled out all the stops to bring you 2 fantastic weeks of movies. He's the toughest outlaw of them all.
I'm so good, I scare myself.
The biggest comedy hit of all time.
My first day as a woman. I'm getting hot flashes.
Cool Runnings. Break! Oscar winner Whoopi Goldberg back in the habit.
Sister Mary Clarence is no ordinary nun.
Pelican Brief.
Everyone I've told about the brief is dead.
The very best 14 days of movies here on Channel 8. Television doesn't get any better than this.
Having trouble getting into your jeans? Get into the jeans that fit. Riders by Lee.
With stacks and stacks of tyres, we have to shift before the end of the financial year. So if you want a great tyre deal, call into your nearest Bridgestone Tyre Centre before June 30th. Call confidence with a capital B.
Announcing another first from Lincoln Electric. World leaders in arc welding. The ultimate in stick electrodes are here in the handy 2.5 kilo pack. Smoother running, reduced spatter, excellent penetration and appearance, and easier slag removal.
To experienced welders, the difference is clear.
Get the professional edge with Shield Arc stick electrodes at your local Lincoln dealer. Lincoln Electric, state-of-the-art welding.
Inexperienced workers are too often blind to the dangers of their jobs. They're sent in without the training to do their work safely. And without training, accidents are more likely to happen. It's time we all opened our eyes to the value of training. Don't let their first day be their worst day.
Phone the New Worker hotline for information and advice.
Want to get the picture? Then get All-Star Pay TV and get Fox Sports. Get blockbuster movies on Showtime. Get country music television. Get comedy, documentaries, world news, and much more. And right now you can save on installation.
Yes, install now from $29.95 for wireless cable. Satellite $149.50.
Plus, you'll be in the running to win a sensational home theater system valued at over $10,000 and hundreds of other prizes.
So install All-Star Pay TV now.
For details, call All-Star on 132432.
That's 132432.
Get the picture?
There were 4,900 open